everyone, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm so excited because I'm gonna review the Yin Yoga Teacher Training that I just recently did with Trimurti Yoga. In this video, I'm just gonna talk about, what the yoga teacher training included, what it was all about, who I think should do it, whether I recommend it or not, what were my favorite parts of it, and then at the end I have a really exciting announcement to share with you as well, so make sure that you stay to the end of this video so you don't miss out on it. Alright, so I did, my certificate says, a 100-hour Yin Yoga Teacher Training course, including Yin Yoga, the 5 elements, and spine anatomy. And I did that with Trimurti Yoga. How I actually stumbled across this yoga school was through a recommendation of my yoga teacher for my first yoga teacher training, and that I did with Drishti Yoga from India. I started following them on Instagram after I got the recommendation, and then they announced that they would do a 100-hour in-person Yin Yoga Teacher Training in Germany. And since I did Yin Yoga for the very first time, I knew that I really wanted to teach it because it just really resonates with me in terms of, that yoga is so much more than the physical and the movement and the workout and the sweating. It really is, a moving meditation and, coming back to yourself and being still and connecting to yourself, which, Yin Yoga is all about. So when I saw that it did an in-person one in Germany, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to sign up for this. And I think I signed up within a day of reading about it. I just knew that I really wanted to do it because unfortunately, because of the pandemic, I couldn't do my first yoga teacher training in person. I did it online. So the teacher training was in Brugge, which is a small town between Kiel and Hamburg in Germany. So it's in the top north of Germany, and it was so beautiful. We were in this gorgeous yoga space called Zenyo, which literally looked like a villa in Bali. We had a pool, it was gorgeous, and we had really yummy breakfast and lunch there. Honestly, it felt much more like a holiday, like a luxury retreat than training. It was so beautiful. If you want to actually see the week of Yin Yoga Teacher Training, then I did an entire vlog about it, so you can kind of get an insight of what it was actually like. So the training was 8 days long, and our schedule every day was from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So it's a full 8 days of yoga, which I loved so much. It really was the immersion, the vibes, everything I needed and more. And our days started with a yoga class, which was really nice. Then we had breakfast, and then it kind of changed what we did. Sometimes we had art of teaching, so really kind of how do you teach Yin, what it's all about, what are the principles. We did anatomy as well, and then we did theory of the traditional Chinese medicine. So what's so special about this Yin Yoga Teacher Training is that it wasn't just Yin Yoga, but it was in combination with traditional Chinese medicine. Specifically the 5 elements and how you can kind of bring the wisdom of the 5 elements into Yin, which I thought was so incredibly interesting. If you didn't know this, traditional Chinese medicine believes that, everything in the world can be described using 5 elements: water, wood, fire, earth, and metal. And every day in the training was dedicated to a different element, which also relates to a different season, so winter and spring and summer. And then we also had parts called shape clinic, where we would go really in depth into one shape and kind of teach each other and align each other and really dive deep into, how do you actually teach the shape, how do you help people in and out of it, what are different variations of it, which I enjoyed so much because obviously I've never done an in-person training, so I never actually aligned someone. So I learned so much from the other teachers there as well, the other students, I guess, of the teacher training. And then we finished every day with a class as well, and then we all went home. We all lived in one house together, which was so nice to just spend so much time with, all the girls. It really was that we're like one community, one family for this week. So that was really special. Also made a little folder here for all my notes. So, I took lots of notes, obviously. And then we also got this really, really nice workbook, which I enjoyed that we got that because it really summarizes everything. We also learned about the meridians. And there are all the yin poses in here. And whenever I prepare my yin yoga classes now, I do go back into this workbook. So I really love that we got that. So the cost of the teacher training, because it was in Germany, it was of course a little bit more expensive, I guess, than if you would do it like in India. I paid around 1,000 euros for the training, which included all the materials as well as lunch and breakfast every day. And then I paid around, I think it was like 300 for the accommodation. I would pay it again and again and again. Like honestly, the experience that in yoga teacher training is absolutely, like, you can't put that into money. It's completely invaluable. Like nothing can do it justice. And of course, because I'm a yoga teacher, it will pay itself off. But even if you just do the yin yoga teacher training for yourself, like highly recommend to do it just like for yourself as a holiday, as a retreat. Like I don't really book holidays anymore. I would just like to go to yoga teacher trainings all the time. Like, let's be honest. So our teachers in this training, we had 3 teachers. Simone, Bruna, and Caro. And Caro is the owner of Trimurti Yoga. What I loved so much about being taught or trained by them was that they shared so much of their personal experience, which I think you just can't get anywhere else. You can't Google that. Like, I feel like the theory and stuff you can like read about, or you can Google, or you can go to other teacher trainings, but the specific personal experience that Bruna and Caro specifically, they shared from like years of experience was like really just so valuable, so inspiring, and I love that. Bruna's from Spain. So generally, I loved how like there were people from all around the world. Germany, from Denmark, Netherlands, Belgium, the US. Also, I forgot Switzerland. I love to connect with people from different cultures. It just opens up your mind. It brings you, out of your bubble. And of course, like, where do you get so many like-minded people in like one spot than like in a yoga teacher training? Like, we are all so on the same vibe, yet we're so different. Like, I learned so much from the fellow students there. Yeah, it's just so wonderful. I'm still in touch with some of them, and I know that we will see each other again. And that was probably one of my favorite parts of the teacher training, was just the people, really. Like, of course, I got trained and I like learned so much like new knowledge, but what is really so unique about it is the in-person experience, is the immersion. And we all really felt it. It was the first in-person training also that Trimurti did, like fully in person. And like we were all like, oh my gosh, we missed this so much. Like, this is so necessary. And we were all for a week in this beautiful yoga bubble, and it just felt so normal again. It felt so beautiful, and just like talking about it gives me goosebumps, because it really was like, I don't just say that because it sounds nice, but it was everything I needed and more. Oh my gosh, like after just this year of like constant like lockdown and back and forth and uncertainty, I just needed this 1 week of a break, of yoga, of healing, time for myself, space for myself. And I learned so much about myself during this Yin Yoga Teacher Training, and it has changed who I am as a person beyond what I can describe in words. Like, even in the first few days, I already noticed such a big shift in who I am, my energy. And once I came back as well, like, everyone could notice how my energy has changed. And like, now I'm just so much more, like, I live so much of yin yoga because I experienced it in the training, how just beneficial it is for you, right? What I also loved so much was the way that Trimurti teaches. I felt really, really seen and heard. it wasn't like, they sit in front and they teach us something. It was always a discussion. We discussed so much. It was really two-way communication, and I feel like I really feel like I didn't only learn from the teachers, but from all of the students as well, because we all shared our experiences. Some of the teachers, some of the students were really experienced yoga teachers already, so it was just so beautiful to hear from everyone. And generally what I also enjoyed so much, and which aligned so much with my values as a teacher, it didn't convey any, this is the right way to teach Yin Yoga, this is the right way to teach yoga in general, but what does your student need? I think the way that they teach teachers is to be centered around the students, and you really learn to care for your students. It's not like one size fits all, but it's what does the specific student need. And I think, I truly believe in that. That's, what I do also in my life coaching and stuff. I think there isn't one way to do anything in life. There isn't black and white, and I love that about the way they taught. And if you're considering to do Yin Yoga Teacher Training, I guess that's why you clicked on this video, then with anything like this, I can just say, first of all, trust your intuition and know that it will always feel a little bit scary to sign up for a teacher training, to invest in yourself this way, because maybe you've never done it before. And I personally know whenever I sign up for a teacher training or a course or coaching, I know that it will come back to me tenfold, the investment that I put in. It doesn't even necessarily need to be the money I put in, but the time, the energy, it just comes back to you, and it just changes you. And what I think sometimes? I think why am I on this earth if I don't use opportunities like this? I can just recommend it so much for all the reasons that I already mentioned, but also because it's an immersion experience. It's not just that you do yoga for 1 hour a day, you live yoga, you breathe yoga, you are surrounded by yoga, and it really just takes you out of your everyday life, and it just really changes who you are. And even if you don't want to become a yoga teacher, even if you don't want to teach Yin, just for yourself, a Yin training specifically is beautiful. Because it is all about self-care and really just chilling it out. There's no drill, there's no this. It's really chill. I am extremely excited to share, oh my god, I'm really excited to share with you that, it's so funny because before I signed up for the 100-hour training, I didn't know that this is part of a 300-hour Yin Yoga Teacher Training that Trimurti offers. This is just one module. And the next module is going to happen in France in October, from the 25th to the 31st of October. And I will be there. I am so excited to continue training with Trimurti Yoga, and I invite you to join me. There are still a few spots available, not many, because it's really a small group. The Yin Yoga Teacher Training, I think we're 8 students, and that was beautiful. We're such a small circle, and it's going to be similar in France. So if you're interested, then make sure you sign up as soon as you see this, because obviously it's quite soon, but also I don't know for how long the spots are going to be available still. It's going to be in the south of France near Toulouse, and it's going to be a Yin Yoga Teacher Training in combination with Ayurveda, and also yoga as therapy. So this teacher training is going to be really focused on how can you use Yin Yoga to heal people, right? To support people with really specific health issues, for example. They're also going to teach us Yoga Nidra, which is yogic sleep. So it's going to be a lot about learning different meditation techniques as well, which I'm so excited about because I love doing that. It's just going to be all about yoga as a healing modality, which I am so passionate about. And of course, you can reach out to Caro, who's again the founder of Trimurti, for more information about what specifically the teacher training is going to be about. But I'm super excited to share with you that I partnered up with Trimurti Yoga, And if you use my code Laura Loves Yoga, I will also put this in the description box below, you can get 100 euros off the training, which is so excited. And oh my god, I would just love to meet some of you there and do the teacher training with you. I think that would be so much fun to like meet you, and then we can get trained together. And I guess the final kind of thing that I want to touch on, if you're thinking about it and you're like, oh, but what if COVID, right? I think this is like something we all think about, and I totally get you. Like, we live in a different world now, where, you know, making a commitment, traveling is really different, and it feels different. And I have to say, from my own personal experience, that it's worth it. It really is. And there are always ways to make it work. Like, for example, I'm going to be looking for flight tickets, you know, with flexible options, like where I can like rebook the flight ticket just in case something goes wrong. Also, what's amazing is that Trimurti is offering a full refund. So if anything goes wrong, you are going to get your money back. And also, generally, I can say this from my own experience, like, they do everything they can to make you feel safe. So of course, you know, they take care of the hygiene, they stick to all the regulations. I felt so safe with Trimurti, and I also really didn't feel like it influenced the vibe at all. Like, it didn't feel like we were like missing out on something or it was weird. Like, it just felt right, and it just felt really safe. And of course, if you have any like concerns, like, just tell Caro. I will leave her email and her WhatsApp down below, and you can reach out to her. Also, if you want to sign up, just, you know, send her an email, send her a WhatsApp, let her know I sent you, let her know the code. It's really important that you put the code, because otherwise you won't get the 100 euros off. And, you know, if you have any questions about the teacher training, or, you know, about, you know, how it's gonna be in the pandemic and the rooms and everything, just talk to Caro. Honestly, she is incredible. Caro's just an amazing human. I love to talk with her. Like, we send each other voice messages, and as soon as I hear her voice, I'm like, oh, okay, the world is okay. And yeah, I'm so excited to do another teacher training with Trimurti in October. And maybe see some of you there. Of course, I will share some videos. I will do a vlog when I'm there, so you can be super excited for that. And even if, you know, October won't work out for you, they also teach modules of this Yin teacher training in January and March. And of course, they have teacher trainings all around the world, right? Just head over, let Caro know you're interested, tell her the discount code, and then, you know, see what happens. But I think I just am so excited to share this opportunity with you, and, you know, maybe some of you are interested. But if you have any other questions about the Yin Yoga Teacher Training, please let me know, drop a comment. I'm here to answer them for you, to answer all the questions. Of course, Caro is here as well. Yeah, I wish you all the best on your yoga journey. And I'm honestly just so grateful for every one of you who watches this video, every one of you who does yoga, who wants to teach yoga, because I think, especially in today's world, yoga is necessary. It's so necessary that, you know, we take care of ourselves so we can take care of others. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I wish you a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!